At first glance, this appeared to be the perfect dividend investment. An attractive yield, a discounted valuation, and a reputation built over decades of shareholder payments. For an income investor looking to build a growing passive income stream, the opportunity seemed difficult to ignore. In fact, many investors would have stopped their research right there. After all, when a stock offers a high dividend yield and trades at what appears to be a bargain valuation, it's easy to assume the market has simply overreacted. But investing success is rarely found on the surface. When I started analyzing the company's free cash flow, payout sustainability, and balance sheet strength, three major warning signs immediately emerged. Not minor concerns, not temporary headwinds, but the kind of red flags that can permanently derail dividend growth and destroy years of compounding. And here's the most important lesson. The market was already signaling these risks, long before the dividend was ultimately cut. Today, I'll walk you through the exact framework I used, the three warning signs that changed my mind, and why avoiding a dividend trap can be just as valuable as finding the next great dividend aristocrat. The company was Walgreens Boots Alliance, ticker WBA. For decades, Walgreens was considered a respected dividend payer. It had built a reputation for rewarding shareholders and was widely followed by income investors. On the surface, the investment case seemed reasonable. The stock traded at a depressed valuation. The dividend yield appeared significantly higher than the broader market. And many investors believed a turnaround story was underway. Yet experienced dividend growth investing practitioners understand something important. A high yield is not automatically a sign of value. Sometimes a high yield is simply the market warning you that trouble is ahead. That's why yield alone should never drive an investment decision. The real analysis begins with cash flow. The first red flag was deteriorating free cash flow. Every dividend ultimately comes from cash, not earnings, not analyst estimates, not management promises. Cash. When free cash flow consistently weakens, the dividend becomes vulnerable. This is where many investors get trapped. They focus on historical dividend streaks while ignoring current business economics. Walgreens faced increasing operational pressures, shrinking margins, and rising financial obligations. As free cash flow became constrained, management had fewer options: either improve operations dramatically or reduce shareholder distributions. History shows that when free cash flow and dividends move in opposite directions for too long, the dividend usually loses that battle. The market was signaling this risk long before many investors recognized it. The second red flag was an unsustainable payout ratio. A healthy dividend typically leaves room for reinvestment, debt reduction, and future growth. When payout ratios become excessive, management loses flexibility. In Walgreens' case, payout pressure became increasingly difficult to ignore. Analysts and dividend researchers highlighted payout levels that had reached dangerous territory, suggesting the dividend was becoming disconnected from the company's underlying economics. This is a classic characteristic of a dividend trap. Investors see a large yield, but the business no longer generates enough economic value to comfortably support that yield. Eventually, reality catches up, and when it does, dividend cuts often follow. The third red flag was balance sheet stress. Debt is not automatically bad. Many exceptional dividend kings use leverage responsibly. The problem emerges when debt obligations compete directly with shareholder distributions. Management must make difficult choices: pay creditors, fund operations, or maintain dividends. Walgreens eventually chose financial survival over dividend preservation. In January 2025, the company suspended its dividend entirely, ending a shareholder payout streak that had lasted more than 90 years. The company cited debt reduction, cash requirements, and turnaround priorities as key factors. The lesson is powerful. A dividend history is valuable, but balance sheet strength is more important. The recent news of Walgreens suspending its dividend payments in January 2025 sent ripples through the investment community. For a company that had maintained a stellar 90-year shareholder payout streak, this decision was a stark reminder that even a long history of dividends isn't immune to balance sheet stress. While a consistent dividend history is commendable, it's ultimately the strength of a company's balance sheet that dictates its financial survival and ability to maintain distributions. Walgreens' move highlights a critical lesson. Responsible debt management and a robust balance sheet are paramount, even for dividend aristocrats. The suspension, aimed at freeing up cash to pay down debt, underscores the severe impact of high leverage and operational challenges. It signifies a shift in management priorities towards debt reduction and operational turnaround, rather than shareholder payouts. This case serves as a powerful cautionary tale for investors. Don't let a company's dividend history blind you to the underlying financial health. Always scrutinize the balance sheet, assess debt levels, and understand cash flow before making investment decisions. Ultimately, a company's financial survival and long-term sustainability are dependent on managing its financial obligations responsibly. Shareholder distributions, no matter how long the streak, come second to that. Compare that profile with higher-quality dividend growth investing candidates. Notice the difference. The yields are lower, but the businesses possess stronger moats, healthier free cash flow profiles, and more reliable dividend growth trajectories. This is the essence of compounding. Sustainable growth beats unsustainable yield. Every single time. Let's examine a hypothetical scenario. Assume an investor purchases a high-quality dividend grower yielding 3%. If that dividend grows at 8% annually for 20 years, the yield on cost can become extraordinary. The initial yield appears modest, yet compounding transforms the outcome. This is where many investors misunderstand passive income investing. They optimize for today's yield. Elite investors optimize for future income. Dividend growth investing is not about maximizing next quarter's payment. It's about creating a durable passive income stream that grows faster than inflation for decades. That difference in mindset changes everything. The Walgreens story offers a timeless lesson. A high dividend yield can attract attention. But sustainable wealth comes from business quality, free cash flow strength, capital allocation discipline, and a durable moat. The best dividend aristocrats and dividend kings rarely look exciting. Yet over long periods, they often produce superior outcomes. So here's my question for you. What is the biggest dividend red flag you watch before buying a stock? Leave your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep dividend growth investing analysis focused on compounding, passive income streams, and long-term wealth creation, subscribe for future research-driven content. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered investment advice. Always conduct your own research and consult a qualified financial professional before making investment decisions.